Hi everyone, my name's Lorianne Power. I'm a criminal barrister and very, very proud to be the first chair of Women in Criminal Law Race Equality Committee, which we set up this summer. Now, we set the committee up to address some of the many issues which adversely affect women of colour and ethnically diverse women who work within criminal law, but also really to highlight and celebrate some of the invaluable contributions that women of colour make towards the criminal justice system year in, year out. We have an amazing committee of lawyers, administrators and trainees, and our objective over the next year is to really start the process of promoting and encouraging career progression from education right through to mentoring. We're going to strive for equal and fair treatment, but really most importantly, it's the equality of opportunity that we'd like. I wanted to take the opportunity to use Black History Month to celebrate the Black women who work within criminal law. One of the things that has struck us most is the lack of available data and information available about women of colour who work within the profession. And that's the case whether or not it's a barrister, solicitor, clerk or administrator. What is clear, however, is that Black women and women of colour play a vitally important role within the criminal justice system. And while the numbers of us joining the profession is slowly increasing each year, there's still a real problem with retention and career progress, whether or not into senior positions such as partner or silk or to the bench. But for me, most worryingly, there is a real problem at entry level. And these are some of the things that we think we'd like to address over the next year. However, Black History Month. During October, we really want to celebrate and promote and highlight some of the trailblazers, the women like Dame Linda Dobbs, Patricia Scotland and Stephanie Boyce, but also the unsung heroes such as Stella Thomas. You're going to hear from the amazing up-and-coming new generation of bright young women who are committed to change the professional landscape, not just for themselves, but for those who are coming up behind them. So the first really requires very little introduction from me, Dame Linda Dobbs. She's hit so many firsts, but most notably, of course, the first non-white person to be called to the High Court bench. There is just so much to admire about Dame Linda. She exudes confidence and humility in equal measure. So awesome, but yet just really so normal, and has always had an open door and an open heart policy. She is always clear to say while it's lonely at the top, it really is possible to reach there. But instead of listening to me, we've put a link on the page. If you link through to that page, you'll see an interview that she did for the First 100 Years project about a year or so ago. It's 10 minutes, an insight into her journey, her feelings and her thoughts about the profession and the career. It's really a must watch. Now another first, Stella Jane Thomas, later known as Stella Mark. Stella Thomas was born in 1906. She was the first Black woman to be called to the bar and the first female stipendiary magistrate in Nigeria. She was a Yoruba Nigerian of Sierra Leonean descent and the daughter of Peter Thomas, a wealthy businessman. He was the first African to head the Lagos Chamber of Commerce. Thomas's father played a really important role in her pursuit of further education. He notably said, if you educate a man, you are educating an individual. And if you educate a woman, it means you are educating an entire family. Stella attended the Annie Walsh Memorial School in Freetown. It was the oldest secondary school for girls in West Africa. In 1926, she moved to England to study law at Oxford. She was active with the West African Student Union and a founding member of the League of Coloured Peoples, organised by Harold Moody. In 1929, Stella joined Middle Temple. Middle was the first in to enrol women, and on the 10th of May 1933, she was called to the bar. In 1934, she was the only African woman to participate in a discussion with Marjorie Perham at the Royal Society of Arts, and she took the opportunity to criticise Lord Lugard and African colonialism before an influential audience. She fearlessly said, "You have made puppets of African chiefs. Progress shall come from real understanding and cooperation, not by your dictating to African nations. We do not need you to send more anthropologists to Africa to advise on development. We Africans, with education, are able to develop our own systems and determine what is best for us." When Stella returned to West Africa, she was the first woman lawyer in the region. Initially, she enrolled at the Sierra Leonean Bar, but in December of 1935, she went back to Lagos and set up her own law practice, working on a wide range of matters, including crime. In 1943, she became West Africa's first woman magistrate. She served a number of different regions, and her appointment as the first stipendiary magistrate of a British Commonwealth country earned her acclaim worldwide. A dinner in London held in her honour presented her with a letter thanking her for emancipating women, and incidentally at that dinner was the first ever female Polish judge. In 1944, she married a fellow legal professional and Oxford graduate, Olutoyin Richard Bright Mark. They married in Freetown. He too was a respected lawyer. She retired as a magistrate in Sierra Leone in 1971, but died just a few years later in 1974, aged only 68. What a remarkable woman, and well ahead of her time. Stella Thomas, we thank you, we honour you, and we remember you.